stretching the truth and bending it and twisting it the way they want. But karma's going to come back to bite every one of those. And when this deal doesn't work, I'm going to invite everyone on that committee, plus anybody I can find that was supporting it, and I want you to come onto this program and apologize to Councilman Christensen.
No.
And I will be the judge to see if it's really heartfelt or not, and we'll keep going till I feel it is.
Okay.
Because what you've done to that man and his family is totally uncalled for. So let's move on a little bit with a comment that was online from my favorite nemesis little buddy. It says, Ron Christensen almost killed 17 emergency workers that day. He drove directly over a 5-inch fireman's hose, ignored every single person on the site directly into a major gas leak. There would be no need to recall him if he was dead. That probably bothers you guys out there, doesn't it? Along with most of the Willmar Fire Department. Then he got a warning because his patented, "Do you know who I am?" quote works every time. Well, I've never heard Ron say that quote, but that's that guy on Facebook, Mr. Dine and Dash, that left Frida's when he was confronted by somebody that he had been smarting off to.
That's a lie.
Big shot guy. Ooh. So anyway, guy writes back to him, says, another topic visited by the recall Ronettes. That's a good one. Like it. Mm-hmm. Is driving through an area gas leak. I don't condone that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff I don't condone in this town that's happening. To me, to Ron, to Steve Amon, to Bob Enos, but like I say, karma's going to come back to bite the people that are creating these problems. And, treat people the way you want to be treated. Talk to people the way you want to be talked to. Respect is earned, not given. Remember that, certain people out there. I found a neat one here a guy sent to me. Only have one person on our council, Ron Christensen? It sure seems like it. That's all you guys talk about. What's the big deal? Get over that one. Of course, some of you guys just can't, can you? Poor losers. That's all it amounts to, is poor losers. And who's next at the stake in Willmar? This letter that... Be glad you're living in Benson, Darlene, I'll tell you. That's all I can say. Because it's not a good place to be here anymore. That's my opinion. But I'm going to try to change things. Nah, I'm not going to read that one. Clarkfield Councilman I'm not going to read that one. Clarkfield Councilman gets restraining order against mayor. Well, I think one of our councilmen, or maybe more, should get some restraining orders against some of the people in town. Maybe our mayor, too. Definitely some of them people on the recall Ron. Seems to me they like to give out restraining orders. For what? Under false pretenses? Using a judicial system for what? Political ploy? Under oath lies? You say, we'll get down to the bottom of this one. Let's get back to the COG, community-owned grocery. Where are we at on that? Did people get their money back? Prorated? I want to hear how that worked out. Come on, Bev, Marv, and all you other big shots out there that were pushing this deal. Cough up some money, make sure they get their money back. That's part of doing business. Don't lead people on and make it sound like it was going to be a big thing and it doesn't turn out and then they lose their money.
You should ask a question, Bob.
That's part of the gamble you take, but hey, let's make it right.
Oh, my God.
Gun range. Let's get that gun range fired up. I'm ready to get down there. You know, this town, they make such a big thing out of everything, and then you wonder why I have this program. This is why. This is my and your tax dollars, supposedly at work, but do we know? We never hear. Hey, that's the way it goes.
Oh my God.
Willmar businessman faces sexual conduct. You're supposed to report. This is getting out of control. But again, that's the way Willmar works, our judicial system, and the left central spittoon reports. And by the way, Kelly Bolden, you're supposed to report the news, not create the news, not make up the news. You're supposed to report it. So let's do that from now on. Let's not be so one-way biased with your opinion because you work at the paper. Businesses lobby for reduced taxes. I talked about this one a while back. And it says, one of the businessmen said that their state taxes are bad enough, but now will get worse in 2 years when the new rates hit.
Yeah.
So again, people, you can say all you want about Willmar. People are moving out. Businesses are moving out from downtown. There isn't a lot of homegrown businesses down here anymore, except the ones that are getting money from the city or getting grants or whatever, and they're trying to make something out of nothing. Reality is, it isn't working. Why? It's right here. If you can believe the Tribune, Spittoon. OSHA investigation at Jenny O. Sudden illness. You know, really, we haven't got a really good answer to that one yet.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Another
OSHA said
one.
it was fine.
Throw it
OSHA
under the
came in
carpet.
and
Don't talk
investigated
about it.
and
People
said
will
nothing.
forget about it. I haven't forgot about it.
I gotta stop talking about it. It was OSHA.
Oh, man.
O-S-H-A.
And this one, League of Women Voters.
OSHA.
Speaker believes felons need a second chance at jobs and voting. I talked about that one before. Where's our mayor at on all this stuff? How come you don't hear from him? We never hear nothing from him. All it looks like to me by the picture in the paper is he's not doing too much and gaining some weight. Well, Mr. Calhoun, maybe you need to get out and get some exercise. Just flapping your jaws doesn't make you lose weight. Come on. My opinion. Sorry, but that's the way it is. Back on it.
He has this part right here.
Habitat for Humanity was denied
Freudian
tax
slip.
abatement. That one still bothers me because
The biggest
even
Freudian
though
slip.
they finally switched it
Listen to what he
around,
says.
they gave it
Listen
to
to what Bob
everybody
says
else.
here.
But hey, I don't get it. That's why I have this meeting, this program, because I don't get it. You know?
Meeting.
Oh, I get it, all right, but I'm
That's
just
why
saying.
I have this meeting. That's
It
what he
says here,
just said.
Mayor supports Stevens during contentious
I gotta
council
stop.
meeting. Mayor Mark Kelly. That's why I have this meeting.
Oh, here it is. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Habitat for Humanity was denied tax abatement. That one still bothers me because even though they finally switched it around, they gave it to everybody else, but hey, I don't get it. That's why I have this meeting, this program, because I don't get it, you know? Oh, I get it, all right, but I'm just saying. But karma's coming back to all you people out there, you recall Ron people. Trust me. Okay, it says, the state of rural Minnesota report, poorer and more diverse. Well, we're running out of time, but we're going to go for it. I'm not even touching that one because I don't like it. A failure of leadership on the city council. Well, yeah, no, maybe that's the mayor right there, Mayor Calhoun. Try to find a reason to smile, and definitely don't be a mama's boy, and definitely don't be a crier. So we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Candy Wrapper 23, the program with backbone. Well, I hope you had a good 4th of July. I want to mention the Recall Ron Committee. I mentioned this once before. I said, people, if they have a business and you don't like what's going on, boycott them. Tribune, drop your subscription. Hey, what's right is right. It's only fair. Here we got Wade Nelson is a Ward 2. Julie Asmus, or whatever her name is, from Ward 2. John Benson, he's a treasurer, Ward 2. Bev Doherty, Ward 2. Todd Engel, Ward 2. Robert Glessman, Ward 4. Christine Lindgren, volunteer coordinator, Ward 2. Aaron Welch, Ward 2. Bruce DeBleek, well, that figures. Ward 1, Lynn Ron, Ward 3, and Steve Persh, Ward 4, representatives. So people, you got a problem with that, be happy to call any of these guys. Let them know what you're thinking. But it's time their names come out, being they like to always dwell on Ron. I'm just going to do random here. I kind of like that. Oh, here's a good one. Car collides with cow last night near Paynesville. President says company is prepared for possible second wave of bird flu. Well, again, I still can't believe that this is as bad as it is. We've had it before. I can't believe that it hasn't been taken care of, but let's see how this works out. We still haven't heard a whole lot. It's kind of died out now. I'm still not eating poultry products, turkey or chicken. My opinion, and that one I'm sticking to it too. Let's talk about the Confederate flag a little bit. Used to be a friend of mine who I used to go hunting and fishing with, was from Alabama. He married a classmate of mine. If I remember right, I think he worked for the city. His truck used to sit over by the Willmar City offices. It was about an 88 short box Chevy pickup with a Confederate flag in the back window as a sunshade. Now, this man was a proud man from the South. I don't know why we have to put the Confederate flag with racism or whatever. These people are proud from the South. 2 years ago, I went to Florida, Tampa Bay. My cousin flew me down there, female cousin, to work on her horse farm, help fix things up that had been kind of neglected since her dad passed away. So I went down there, and of course, a lot of her friends are from the South, and they called me a Yankee. They are very proud people down there. I just told them, hey, come on, back off. Just remember, we beat you once, we'll beat you again. But I said, come on, you guys. But those people are proud. The Confederate flag, it's easy for people up here to see it in a different way. For people down there can always look for something as a crutch.
No.
Myself, I don't see it as a problem.
I don't doubt that.
Hey,
we don't doubt that one bit.
We all have our opinions, don't we?
We do.
So anyway, my little buddy on Facebook writes, seeing a Confederate flag proudly displayed in Willmar is an embarrassment. I saw another dumbass flying a full-size version of off his stupid, loud truck downtown last week, roaring around like a douche. Well, excuse my language, but that's how this guy writes on Facebook. He doesn't care.
Yeah, well, it's Facebook.
Now again,
It's my page. Oh my God.
These kids have their own opinion.
And it's a true story.
And they're loud, big trucks, whatever.
Yeah.
I take it you never had a nice car or never were in the vehicles, this guy that writes this. Because you maybe think a little bit different. And with your mentality of about 12 years old, you definitely should understand. You're the one with all these little toys and little puppets and all this stuff. Hey, kids are kids. Give them a break. Again, you don't like them because they don't have the same opinions or the same ideas as you do. Or the whole group you hang around with.
Okay.
Such as a recall Ron.
Oh, God. Yeah, the non-racists.
I don't get it.
The non-racists, you mean? The
just
non-racists? Jesus.
keep doing what you're doing.
Here's
a good one.
I gotta try to stop.
The yellow bike programs. Talked about this before. Somebody sent me a couple pictures. One had no handlebars on it in the rack. One was in the rack. Back tire was really bent up. Now, why are we sticking money? You know, we could have sold some of those bikes and made money and put it towards something in town. Instead, thinking the same way. Money not well spent, if you ask me. But let's see what Willmar did. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. I've got a letter here sent to me, emailed. Again, I will not read the person's name, but I'm going to, hopefully this will get published in the paper. If it doesn't, well, I'll hear it right now. Subject is Ron Christensen. I'm disappointed by the behavior of a few Willmar people in regarding the Ron Christensen recall. also disgusted with the write-up in the Minneapolis Star-Tribune about our town. I don't know what flamboyant words were used to get them here, but they should look at their own doorstep before pointing fingers at us. I can't understand this Willmar group's attempt to destroy a man's reputation over such allegations. I wish they would direct their energy in a more positive manner, such as writing and calling their congressmen demanding that to do their job, such as support Donald Trump's statement on immigration. Number 2, demand building the wall between Mexico and the U.S. and adequately patrolling it. If scaled, we follow Mexico examples. Number 3, more stringent rules about welfare. Demand all able-bodied recipients to work, even if unpaid, as they are already receiving funds. Number 4, throw out the Common Core. Our kids are not getting the education they should and are being held back by immigration children who are far behind. Number 5, demand immigrants learn English or lose benefits. Number 6, if they don't obey our laws, they are punished like everyone else. Saying you don't know won't cut it. It doesn't work for us. Number 7, car owners must have insurance or yours will be impounded. Number 8, fining you if you wash your genitals in our public sinks. Number 9, no gun control. What is Obama's real agenda? Number 10, demand Obama and the Supreme Court follow the Constitution. Number 11, rescind all unconstitutional acts and Obamacare. Number 12, demand rebuilding of our military. Compared to the above, your accusations are much more than same as a schoolyard bully. You are now walking into twilight and not seeing things clearly. Remember, you are Americans. Repurpose your efforts. Use your voices for good, not just to make a hollow sound. I like that one. We'll see if the Tribune prints it. If they don't, well, maybe I'll read it in a couple more weeks. Here's another one I got. I've been waiting on this one. I didn't want to mention it because I was waiting for it. I'm going to do it today. This one was sent to Dave Little. Again, I won't mention who forwarded it to me. When are you going to begin reporting the real news of interest in Willmar? Here's a suggestion. Instead of chasing after Recall Ron, why don't you do some hard-hitting reporting on a real story, like the almost $700,000 the FAA is withholding paying the city of Willmar that I talked about on the last program. What is your newspaper afraid of? Offending city staff by reporting their mistake? I guess it's easy to bully and try to destroy city council members. Jeopardizing your pipeline of easy public relation pieces from City Hall is too risky. Is this the case? If so, this is shameful and cowardly. What are you afraid of? Your boss not getting to sit by city department heads at the chamber functions? Or not on Mayor Kelvin's Christmas card list? At city council meetings almost 2 months ago, a council member brought up some money that is owed, that the FAA is withholding during discussions of rehiring Mike Schmidt. You followed with a lovely front page story about the FAA finally releasing all the old airport property and placement of historical markers, but no mention of the money that is due to Willmar. I came to the next council meeting and asked why there's no discussion or even reporting on the issue of money withheld on the new airport property. There has been no response to my questions, none from you or from City Hall. If your paper truly wants to report the news, why don't you report on why the FAA is withholding money from Willmar? Here's a reminder of reporting basics. How did this mistake happen? When did it happen? Who is responsible? When will there be credible, documented action steps to correct the mistake? What documented steps have been taken to date? Or is it just acceptable to let city staff state they are working on the issue? Perhaps they will keep repeating this until they retire and the project given to another to work on issue. Okay, how much exactly is the amount? We know it's well over $600,000. If it would have been put in a safe fund, growing interest bearing, probably been over $1 million by now. What are some of the potential uses of the money? Refund to taxpayers, streets, parks, or maintaining city property? Probably the dog park, but hey, that's my opinion. Why did the last city administrator in the last 4 years, before she resigned, make an issue and address this mistake? She wasn't fired, as your newspaper incorrectly keeps reporting. You'd think the smartest person to work ever in Willmar would take this project on as a feather in her hat. Good reporting should have pursued her lack of action. Was she afraid or incompetent? David, this is Little. David Little. It is amazing that a newspaper claiming to report the truth claims to look out for the little guy. Is married to only reporting positive chamber or city hall articles. You all should be ashamed. And while the West Central Tribune subscriptions are decreasing, your management is still able to keep this approach from the forum headquarters in Dakota. Shame on you, your management, and on forum communications. Another well-wrote email, but that's what's happening to Willmar. This was on Facebook last night. He calls them the Ronettes because somebody called Recall Ron people the Ronettes. So this guy keeps stealing quotes and all little phrases from everybody else. Can't seem to make his own up, which he makes plenty up. It says, Ron and Ronettes are running the show tonight. Mayor Marv Stud Muffin Kelvin is on vacation. It should be fun to watch RC flex his muscle in his coveted Mayor Pro Tem position. That is, his pals on the city council voted him in for. Should be interesting to watch him struggle with the parliamentary procedures that they adopted only 2 years ago. Concerned citizens might want to pack the house to make sure Ron doesn't do anything illegal or infringe upon anyone's First Amendment rights. Man, this guy just doesn't let up, but you know, like I said before, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I don't quite get all this stuff that's going on here, but I'm going to read another one here. This was in the paper yesterday. Letter to the editor. Mayor's comment was mean-spirited. This is by Richard Catcher of Willmar. Steve Almond suffered his heart attack. I still want to know, has he ever heard from Audrey or Dennis or some of these other people? And if not, why? Again, you people with skeletons in your closet and that keep acting the way you do, and you go to church on Sunday and you make a big deal out of it, and you're so hypocritical. Why? I don't get it. You know? But like I say, karma is going to swing around here, and some people are going to get bit and they're not going to like it, but hey, that's the way that goes. Councilman Christensen's isolated view hurts the city of Willmar. Yeah, get over it, you guys. Again, Tribune opinion. Why doesn't it say Kelly Bolden's opinion on there? The Tribune is a big entity. This is one person that puts that in there. Here's another one. Councilman Christensen's isolated view. It's a little different one, but it's same one. Again, it's all Kelly. Like I said, you're supposed to report the news, not make it up. I hang around with some of the neatest people in town, in my neighborhood. very sincere. They make me smile. My old girlfriend, Marsh, she makes me smile all the time. But don't be a mama's boy, and definitely don't be a crier. And until number 24, again, have a good week. Hopefully things work out and you have some fun in your life. See you next time.